Focus your energy, guard your time, train your mind, train your body, think for yourself, curate your friends, curate your environment, keep your promises, stay cheerful and constructive, and upgrade the world.
A quick excerpt from Michael Saylor. Before we get started, what's happening, crypto crew? Sean's coming back at you. Another cryptocurrency video. Getting straight into it, not wasting any time. Bitcoin at the current time this recording is coming in at 68,668, a little shy of 69,000. Zooming into the Bitcoin price action, what do we see? What do we anticipate? We've showed you all the fib extensions before, but the one thing you need to note, look at this huge bullish engulfing candle. It's on the 2-week chart. This is $51,000 up to almost $70,000. That's a massive green candle. And look it, we're above this previous price action. Now, looking at the weekly, what do we see? We are above that price action as well. Let's see when this candle closes. This will be the first candle body close on the weekly that will get above this previous resistance line. Before we continue, make sure you go ahead and check out the Bitcoin Bros on our Patreon, patreon.com/Bitcoin Bros. We have a few seats left at $5 a month. We appreciate your support. Once these seats are locked up, the price will go up, most definitely. And taking a look at the total 3 altcoin market capitalization, what do we see? What do we anticipate? Now, we want to look at this from a multitude of different factors. So we had this horizontal support / resistance, another horizontal support / resistance last cycle. So look what happened. When we broke through this for support, we came back down, retested it, trade sideways, waited for the 20 to cross over the 200 before the 20 acted as support, and it got extremely parabolic. Well, look here. If we see where we're at right now, we got back over the support and retested it, and look what just happened. The 20s crossing that 200 level again. So will the 20s start to continue to curl up? And if any indication of what happened last time is going to happen this time, well, look, the last time the 20 crossed the 200, how many days was it until we seen the peak? We already did the math for you, 256 days. So if we see something similar, when could the peak be? 256 days from this day today. So, and then we pull it this way, 256 days. We'd be looking at November of this year is when we would see this parabolic run up. This will put the altcoin market capitalization up to a $3.5 trillion threshold. If we hit this green line on the upside, that's a 5x from where we are right now. That's a huge appreciation. Now, looking when the line crossed here from when it did back there, let's look at the LMACD to see what the difference is. So when it crossed here, we were at this level. So we're at similar levels here versus where we are right now. So that matches. Look at the RSI. When this level crossed again, we were in overbought territory for really the first time. So we're in overbought territory, but we've been in overbought territory for a couple more times. So you see, we can stay in overbought territory for quite some time. And then when this had a divergence, we put in a lower high here, that's when the price action changed. This is looking bullish for the rest of this year. And is your alt bag packed? We're getting more buy side pressure too. Look at the net positive inflows since the beginning of the ETFs in January 10th. Last week, we were net positive 33,000 Bitcoin. Look at, we're still getting that sell pressure from Grayscale. When this dissipates, what's going to happen? How many Bitcoin is Grayscale going to have to sell off? But once this stops and this reverses and they start to buy again, this will be major price gains and appreciation due to supply shock. Look here, BlackRock just passed MicroStrategy in 2 months. It took MicroStrategy almost 4 years to accumulate the Bitcoin they had. BlackRock passed it in 2 months. There's definitely levels. And then look here from TA Trader Allen, buckle up. Bitcoin is posed to close at its weekly all-time high. Get ready to witness history in the making as we soar to new heights. Whether you're a hodler, a trader, and simply just a curious observer, this is the moment you don't want to miss. So what is he looking at? This weekly candle that we've just showed you. Every time Bitcoin had a previous weekly candle close on an all-time high, how many days was it until we seen the peak? Well, let's look. The last time in the last cycle when we breached the previous all-time high of 20,000, we breached it convincingly in December of 2020. And then we had that initial peak by April. So you're talking January, February, March, April, 4 months, 120 days later. So are we going to see that massive price appreciation move to the upside over the next 4 months, or will it take a little longer? You be the judge. But with some altcoin news, you see this VXV. This is Vector Space AI. If you want to check more out, you can check them at Vector Space Bio, and also vectorspacebio.science is their main website. But the price action, you see this downwards resistance level, and look it, we broke out of this and retested it once, twice, and now it's off to the races. Zoom into the price action. What do we see? We see this 20 curled up over the 200. And this is extremely bullish because now this 20 could start to act like support as this continues to move to the upside. We did the swing high from the swing low, fib extensions. This is the Bitcoin valuation. And if it goes up to that technical target, the 1.618, how much Bitcoin could be gained? Ooh, is that actually going to play out that way? That's a major price appreciation if so. AGIX has been blasting up. Same thing, we got that 200, the red line, the 20, the blue line crossed over. And then look, it traded sideways for a bit, but then once it got back above it, it looked like AGIX could be up and off to the races. But one thing to note, the price is making higher highs. Right here, we put in higher highs, but the RSI just put in a lower high. This is a bearish divergence. So could this price action cool off now and have some type of ABC retracement before having that continuation to the upside? This is what we see. Meme coins are blasting off as well. Pepe, look at here. And it's the same thing. We're getting extremely oversold from that 200. The LMACD is curling over, and we're seeing a bearish divergence with the RSI as well. So keep that in mind. Matic seems to be the next one that could be in line. Looking at the Matic USD price chart, we see that this bottomed out. If we want to see our swing low to the swing high, see what that 1.618 level looks like. That level is going up to $11.53. At the current time it's recording, we're at 122. And if we see that appreciation, that'll be roughly a 820% move to the upside. So definitely some appreciation to come for Matic. And look, we're putting in higher highs and higher lows, and that 20 is crossing back over that 200, and it could be getting ready to blast up across this macro resistance line. So keep this in mind. Is Matic about to melt faces? That could be what's in the cards. And look here, the cryptocurrency over the last 5 years is starting to uptick a little bit, but retail still is asleep. You have a lot of opportunity to make gains over the next 3, 6, 9 months in this space. We hope you're prepared. Before you leave, make sure you don't forget about us on Patreon. If you want to get more in tune with the Bitcoin Bros and have access to us directly, make sure you reach out to us. Patreon.com/Bitcoin Bros. This will not last forever. And with that, I'm Sean with the Bitcoin Bros. You guys like this content, go ahead and smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and show us some love. We appreciate the support. With that, that's all I have for you today, and I'm out.